dear brothers and sisters, dear sons and daughters in the light. I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. And how wonderful it is to see you all here, to have you in our presence, dear ones, to have you in our light, so that we can give you healings of great love, so that we can give you healings of greatness, so that you can live in the joy and be in the peace. For when you are in the peace, dear ones, you will grow with deeper contentment and deeper love for yourselves. This is why it is always so important to come here to these channeled lessons, so that you can be here in the joy and learn to live a higher way, to take yourselves away from the pain in the world and see a brighter future and see a brighter way, so that your smiles become greater, so that you learn how to step away from all that others know so well, so that you can become more grounded on the higher path of love. When one finds the higher path of love, then one will step onto it with greater definition. When you have a deeper definition of what the greater path is, you find it becomes a part of you because you understand it. The more you understand the higher path of love and joy, the more it becomes a part of you. So this evening you will learn how to embrace that higher path of love. You will learn to embrace the higher path of joy and to bring it more into your being so that it becomes a part of you. And the greater the higher path becomes a part of you, dear ones, the easier it is to climb into the higher love flows. And when you are in the higher love flows, life is much easier. So the struggles will go from you. You will become more guided, and you will see your life changing so quickly. And at those times we say, be grounded in who you are, and understand who you are, and understand where it is you are going. For where it is you are going is much greater. So welcome to the new energies. The new energies are much more quickly moving than the old. So you are now living in a time when the new energies are more and more awakening upon your earth. And the more you grasp how you learn to work with them, the better it becomes. So you will learn how to work with more awakened energies this evening. Before I carry on teaching you about these awakened energies and new awakening energies, I will step back for a moment to allow Sarah, Pleiadian High Priestess, to come through for you with a prayer and a blessing, and then I shall return. Greetings, I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. Greetings. Akumoha Halima. Greetings. I am Sarah, Pleiadian Master, Pleiadian Guide, Pleiadian High Priestess, Ashianakawaki. It is always so exciting to see the faces of the people. It is always so exciting to be with the people on the earth who love us so much as we love you so much. We are one family of light. And we as Pleiadians, we desire to walk more with the people. For when you walk more with Pleiadians and all divine love beings, you become more of light. And the greater the light becomes a part of you, the more you will rejoice on your beautiful path. Because the density will leave you, and the light will flow within you, and all your cells rejoice in the light. I would like to bring a prayer through to the people to help you awaken to the light that is within you. When the light within you glows more of light can come in. And the more light you become, the more light you will glow outwards to people as well. And the more you glow outwards, the more you become that light. And the stronger the light becomes a part of you, the stronger we can be with the people who carry the stronger light. Greetings. I am Sarah, Pleiadian Master, Pleiadian Guide, Pleiadian High Priestess. Greetings. Greetings, dear brothers and sisters, I have returned. I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, and I am part of the great divine being. I am the great teacher, and I have sent Suzanna Maria Emmanuel to your beautiful people to speak on behalf of the Great One, which is part of my being. And the words you are hearing are divine truth and are divine light. We always promised the children of the great light that the energies of love would come again to cleanse the earth and to cleanse the light workers and light carriers. We always fulfill our promises. We make big promises, friends. Our promises to you are so very, very big. What promises are those? The promises that we will carry the light access to a whole new dimension of being, so that you can learn to enjoy the higher flows of love and evolve higher into all that is, to help you to become so strong within yourself, so that you become the healers of your own bodies and your own lives, so that you no longer have to suffer anymore. And the having to is because you believe you have to as a people. You create your own reality. You constantly create it with your beautiful thoughts and your beautiful belief systems. We are guiding you to a higher path, to show you that all is an illusion, and that what you believe to be real is not real at all. And we promised that we would bring the new energies to the earth, so that people would rejoice with the higher systems, so that people would rejoice with the higher teachings and truly be set free. It is what you've always desired to find, the freedom. And one of my greatest teachings as Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great is to set the people free. Free from fear, free from pain, free from your belief that you are living in a reality of pain. And when the children of the light learn to understand the illusion, you begin to awaken to the dream you have been in for so long. And when you begin to awaken to what truly is, you begin to see what can be created in your beautiful lives. That is when the person truly understands the word unlimited. On the way to learning how beautiful your life can become and how unlimited you are, there are many challenges on your beautiful path. You are learning how to have deeper wisdom. You are learning where to find it, how to connect to it, how to overcome your challenging mind with all the fear that is within your life and within the world you are living in. You are learning how to grasp higher flows. And you are now in an age where higher flows are becoming more abundant. The old ways of working with energies do not work so well anymore. So now you need to come to the light more and learn what is energy, what is universal flow energy, and how can it benefit you so much. And why do the old energies not work anymore for you? Because now you are in higher bands of light frequencies. Your whole universe is shifting. Everything about your universe is learning to discover greater truth and greater energies so that you grasp it more. You're becoming a new evolved being. Though you may not see it, you are. Every day you are shifting. And for those who are working with the light and who are awakening to the light and who are seeing it and recognizing it, you are growing at a very, very fast rate. So this means that you can grasp higher teachings. You are being prepared for the greater healings coming. You are being prepared for the greater teachings coming that you will grasp. And we've been teaching so much to the people, and yet a certain amount of it can be grasped by you at a time. For you may say, I've heard all that before, Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. But I ask you as a supreme being then, do you grasp it? Do you truly grasp our teachings? For we are teaching you here how to become a greater being, how to become more evolved on your path, to completely step away from the ways that were part of you onto a higher path of healing. Why are we teaching you this? Because it is more joyful for you. It is freedom. The ways of pain and fear, it is not freedom, is it? Look how much the people are into bondage. They are in pain. It is like a prison for them. Many people don't even know it. Every day they carry on doing their same lives. And then after many years they may say, well, I've been in the same job now for 25 years, and what have I achieved? We say, learn the higher way. Learn to see with higher eyesight. Learn to see what you can achieve. Learn to work with higher energies of love. Learn to work with the new awakened energies, and you have just begun to find out what these new awakened energies are. Because over the next few years, there will be many, many, many new teachings of how to step in the new energies. At this moment, we are taking you over a bridge. And this bridge is a bridge between the dimensions. It's a bridge between the dimension that you knew so well. All the old energies exist in the old dimension. In the older dimension, you did not truly understand the higher teachings. And on this bridge, you were learning about your new home dimensions. What you can go towards. By all means, you can always go back to the old dimensions. But when you've experienced some of the greater joy, friends, when you've experienced some of the greater light and how good it is for your life, I, as a divine universal master, say, why would you go back to the old energies? Perhaps it is a little comfortable for you to be in the old energies. And it may be a little uncomfortable for you to become on to the bridge, to shift upwards. It isn't always comfortable shifting up. But shifting is never comfortable, is it? When you move house, is it comfortable? You have to pack all your gear, and then you have to find a means to travel your gear from one house to another. But there are always benefits for you. There are always reasons why you would shift. here you also have great reasons. If you do not know what the reasons are, I will state them for you very briefly. And then you can decide for yourself whether it is worth it to learn higher ways. Because this is your choice. It is always your choice, is it not? You live in a beautiful world of freedom. This is the first benefit of being on the bridge. It is always your choice. The great ones of this most beautiful world we see as the light shiners and the light carriers. They may not carry all your wisdom that you consider to be wise. They may not have been to universities, but their wisdom inside, because they are on the bridge, is very, very great. And we look into the heart. So it can be a child that walks on the bridge, or an elderly person that walks on the bridge, or a person that has never been to school before. So anyone can walk on this most beautiful bridge. That is another benefit. So it's not only for the elite people that you call elite of your world. For many times, your elite people cannot see the bridge. They are so focused in on their world that they cannot see the higher ways. Only the humble can see the higher bridge. This is a great benefit for you. Why? Because it is with the humble ones that you can find true friendships. They can see your beautiful heart. And they are loving people. And the warmth that grows between them is very, very beautiful. The light shiners, they love the light so much. And we see everyone. And this is a great benefit for you to be on this beautiful bridge. On this most beautiful bridge, Spirit draws closer to you. So you are able to have personal relationships with your spirit guides. And the new awakened energies are guiding you to have a closer spirit relationship, so that no one is left out. And this is why I'm here with my beautiful channel, to help people to awaken to the new energies that she is channeling through from the greatest rays, to bring to people a closer relationship with their spirit guides. Also, what's happening at this moment is that you are able to walk with your loved ones in spirit closer. Why? Because the dimensions are now becoming closer. So we are able to give you healings of great love. We are able to bring to you healings and deeper teachings of helping you to step into deeper connection, so that you always feel guided, so that you feel the wisdom growing within you and you connect to that. This is why we say that these ones walking on the bridge are the wise ones, because they are looking within them to find the wisdom, and they are finding it. And the deeper you learn to connect within, the greater your light becomes. And the greater the knowledge becomes a part of you. On this most beautiful bridge, you're also learning how to manifest greatness. And this is very, very important for your being. Why? Because here you are learning how to work with new awakened energies. And these energies, they respond to your thoughts much quicker than they did only a few months ago. And definitely a few years ago. And so as you can imagine, the greater the awakened energies become a part of your earth, the quicker the energies will respond to your manifestations, either for your great benefit or for your pain and suffering. It is your choice after all. This is again why we say the wise ones are on the bridge to a higher dimension. They are learning how to manifest. They are learning how to step onto a higher path. And on this higher path, they are learning higher ways. What works for the new? What doesn't work for the new? How can you embrace deeper love for yourselves? How can you come in closer connection to that higher energy which moves quicker? And the more you embrace it, the more you come to understand it, the better the results. The people on the bridge also learn higher ways of healing themselves on all levels. Why? Because these higher energies are powerful and they can heal your whole bodies. The more you get to know how they work, the greater the health becomes also. Why? Because you are living in a time between the dimensions. What is on the other side of the bridge? Only love experiences. There will be a time when the higher dimension will be very stable upon your earth. And the light shiners will bring in so much love and peace so that it is stable. And thus the pain and the suffering will no longer be, because you will see how beautiful it is. This is what we are taking you to. But like all things, friends, it is your choice. On this most beautiful bridge, you are looking for higher wisdom. Higher wisdom is a true spiritual treasure. When one finds higher wisdom, one has found what they have been looking for many, many lifetimes. When one is in connection with their deeper wisdom, one can find all the answers. How will this go in the future? Is this a good decision? No, it's not. I can sense it. I can see what its outcome is. I can read how the energies are going to affect it. I will pull back on that decision. I will wait for a little while. I see an opportunity coming here. What will I do now? I can see how great it is. It is going to yield great success for me. Everyone is after this wisdom. Imagine what you could do with this wisdom. It would certainly bring you many more benefits than winning a lottery. Why do I say that? Well, there are many people that long for money. But money is not the answer. You may say it is. I, as the Divine Master, say, what would you do with it? You could have next to nothing and have more gain than a person who wins a large amount of money on the lottery if they knew what to do with it. If they could see greater opportunities, if they knew what the future would do and knew where to put it into. For this person would then discover something within them that is so great, that is so valuable. Look at how many people here upon this earth spend so much money trying to gather all the information to find out how to become rich. You would fly to the other side of the world if you could, to listen to one of the greatest teachers perhaps that you believed was great and could show you how to become rich. And yet so many people do that. And many people are so disappointed. They take out a mortgage to find out how to become rich. And then they can't do it. And then they say, well, that didn't work for me. I feel I am a true failure. You're not a failure. What works for some people does not work for all, because your energies are so much different. Each of you work on a different energy band. And you are here to figure out how you work, how you are attracted to higher energies of success. This is why we are here, to teach you all this. And for some people, they think they have all the answers. They can bring through all the great information because it's worked for them. But they know that it's not going to work for everyone. This is why we are here, to give you the bridge, so that you are learning to look within you. We're teaching you how you work. And on this road, you can't compare yourself to anyone else. For others don't work like you. You have different belief patterns. Your thoughts are different. Your situations are different. Your desires, your motivation, they're all different. They're unique. Why you came here to this most beautiful earth at this lifetime. It is all different. It is unique. And it's for you to discover that. It's for you to go within and discover it. These questions have always been the same ever since the ages began. And when Jesus was here upon the earth, the people were also questioning him. There were many people who were very poor and they had next to nothing. Many of those people were much happier than the elite class who had many riches. The elite class were very curious at the way Jesus was bringing through the messages, for they made sense to them. They understood some of it, and didn't understand at all another, quite a lot of it. And the things that they didn't understand, the poor people understood more of it. So Herod was mixed. And everyone had their own opinions. So Jesus would bring through a teaching and then arguments would start in the audience, as you can imagine. The elite class would bring up a subject, and then Jesus would bring through the answer, and then they would beg to differ. And then before Jesus could bring through another answer, the poor people jumped in. And they gave their own opinions. And then they said, you need to listen to Jesus. And so many of the elite class, they went away. But some of them did stay. One particular man approached Jesus and he said, how is it that I can find my deeper wisdom, looking into the future, seeing where I can find my success? And Jesus gave this illustration. Is that one day, two men approached a wise man, and the two men said, Teacher, teach us how to look within our hearts deeper. And the wise man said, go to the pyramids and sit there in between the two pyramids. Close your eyes and breathe in and breathe out. And then come back and tell me if you found your way. The two men thought this was rather strange. So they did what they were asked to do. And they went to the pyramids and they sat there in between the pyramids and they did as they were asked to do, breathing in and breathing out, but nothing happened. So they returned to the wise man. The wise man said, did you receive anything? And the two men said, I saw nothing. We saw nothing. Neither of them saw anything. Neither of them received anything, and neither of them received the answers that they were looking for. Then a young boy came along, and he heard the conversation. So he went to the pyramids, and he sat in between the pyramids. And because he had an open heart and a wise mind, he heard a lot, and he saw a lot. So he returned to the wise master, and he said, I received messages. I can tell you so much, because I saw, I received, and I know. And so the message was at that time, learn to be open-minded with your mind. Don't fear the outcome. Young children don't fear outcomes. They ask, and because their hearts are so opened, they receive. Adults usually do not find it so easy to do. Why not? Because you want the answer so much to be in your favor that you don't listen. You don't listen to the higher answers. And this was the teaching of that time. Learn to listen with your heart. Learn to open your heart to higher understanding. You are also learning how to do that. You can ask the universe for anything. You can ask the universe, how do you do this? How do you do that? Please bring this to me. When you open your mind, when you open your heart, and you learn how to have a good connection, you can achieve anything in your life. This is why I say, as a great master, it is far greater for one to receive all the wisdom that is so much more beneficial than for one to receive a great amount on the lottery. Unless you are wise. The wise ones know what to do with it. The unwise go and spend it. How many people on your earth receive a great amount of money, and because they are not disciplined within their mind, they go and spend it, and so much is lost? We say, learn to be disciplined first, and then receive the money, for it will be much more beneficial to you that way than if you received the money and then you lost it all, for then you will regret it. Learn to have the open heart. Learn to ask the universe for all your questions, for we will always do that for you. If you feel there is a good opportunity coming, then ask for it. If you feel there is a good teaching coming for you, then you ask for it. Do all things with love, for these are the teachings of the higher ways, of the higher bridge, and they only lead to joy and love. Now, this was a great teaching for you at this moment. This was quite an intense teaching on many levels. And yet you've heard so much of the information before, perhaps on a different level. And each time we bring it to you, it has a different angle, a different way of looking at it, so that you can look inside of your life greater, so that you can see it with higher eyes, and it has a greater result in your life because you can see it with different eyes. You are here on this earth to learn many lessons, and each lesson has many angles. And when you see the many lessons and the many angles, you become the wise one. And the one who is wise is the one that is free. Greetings, I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great.